one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it, because you can.
From Eyewitness News 7, we get this story where San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputies opened fire and killed a man last Thursday in the parking lot of a busy shopping center in Riverside, California. Now, the shooting unfolded in the parking lot of the Magnolia Tyler Shopping Center. I know where that's at, in the 3700 block of Tyler Street, across the street from the Galleria, which is a Tyler shopping mall. A large police presence descended on the area and cordoned off a portion of the parking lot in the aftermath of the deadly shooting. San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputies were in Riverside looking for a man with a felony arrest warrant when the search ended in gunfire. The man died at the scene, and no deputies were injured, according to a spokesperson, Jenny Smith, of the Sheriff's Department. Taisha Moody, the man's mother, was at the parking lot and spoke to Eyewitness News. She said her son didn't deserve to die. She said he wasn't doing enough to get killed. Moody described her son as misunderstood, but was a very sweet person with a good heart. Sheriff's officials have not released further details, of course not, on what led up to the shooting or if a weapon was ever recovered. They said it's a very busy shopping center, so because of that, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of interviews that need to be conducted, said Jenny Smith. She said that's going to take a lot of time for us. But, I love how they say, well, officials have not released any other details or of what led up to the shooting or if a weapon was ever found. You know that if the suspect had a gun and pointed it at the deputies or had a knife and swung the knife, those details would be released in a heartbeat. So when they say no further details will be released at this time, it just seems questionable and suspect. And I don't know. I'm not going to really say they're wrong or whatever. But I do say that I've done so many of these stories that when the guy has a gun or a knife, they say a weapon was recovered at the scene, a gun or not. They always say that. They always say, a weapon was pointed at the deputies. This case, they're going, hush, 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 hush. We got to interview the deputies. We got to make sure they have their narrative straight, that nobody's going to contradict anybody else. We got to make sure of that. That's just what it seems like. And I could be wrong. I'm not always right. Just going on the litmus test of what we've seen before, what we've heard before, how they just release information quickly. Yeah, the gun was pointed at the deputy. Deputy had to, defend himself. And in this case, we don't know if there was a weapon. We're not saying. We don't know other details. Hush, hush. We got to interview people first. We got to make sure these deputies got their story down. Or whatever. I don't know. It's just suspect. What do you think? And by the way, before I forget, on Facebook, I saw this story as well, and Ahmed Beyoso of the Tira was there. Foo News. I love that guy. If you don't know who that is, look up Foo News. That's F-O-O. Foo News, like Fool News, or Ahmed Beyoso on the Tira. Look him up. I love Ahmed Beyoso. He's everywhere. That dude, you think that dude is everywhere. But again, back to the story. Just to say to the sheriff, we want body cam footage. Why do we want it? Because we're the public and we're interested in this story. It's a public interest story. You want it, they always say, we're all about accountability and transparency. Then release the body cam footage or give us more details. Because right now you're kind of like, loose lips sink ships, guys. Shut up.